Hello, everyone. Hopefully, you are feeling good today because we are ready for another Rust stream. If you are new to this channel, my name is Luciano, and with me we have Roberto.
Hello.
And what we do in this Twitch channel is we basically looking for excuses to learn Rust, the Rust programming language, and we have been doing all sorts of things from advent of code, building web servers, building games with Baby, building lambdas in Rust. So now we recently started a new type of project, which is using the platform called CodeCrafters. I'll drop a link here in the chat if you're curious. But the idea of CodeCrafter is one of those coding challenges websites where rather than doing individual challenges like, I don't know, reverse an array, that kind of stuff, you are actually challenged to build actual software, like the kind of software you might be using in your day-to-day work. For instance, you might build like a Redis clone, you might be building what do they have, like a BitTorrent client is what we are doing today. And yeah, there are lots of challenges.
GitHub, they have multiple stuff.
Oh yeah, there is like a Git client type of thing,
Yeah,
which is
yeah, sorry,
probably
not GitHub, Git.
interesting. There is a build your own programming language as well. So yeah, you can definitely challenge yourself with pretty interesting challenges there. And it's kind of a guided approach. So it's not like just build this and give me the solution. It's more you have mini challenges that step by step will lead you to build the entire project. And of course, every step has tests. There are suggestions. If you get stuck, you can see the solutions of other people. So, yeah, really interesting website. We are enjoying it so far. And we started last time to do the torrent challenge, as I was saying. So, if you're not familiar with torrent or BitTorrent, it's probably the more correct name. It's a protocol that is used to do peer to peer file sharing. So, effectively, anyone can use a torrent client, and you have ways to expose files, make them available for other peers to see and download. And then, of course, other peers can connect and download the specific files that they are interested into. There are a few interesting concepts there. One is that the protocol uses a binary encoding format called bank coding, which is, I guess, the first time we are seeing it. Probably it's only specific to the BitTorrent protocol. So some of the challenges that we have solved already were about being able to decode the encoded strings. And there is a library using Cerde that we use to make our life a little bit simpler. But of course, we need to be able to decode this kind of content. And then we will see other things like we didn't get there yet, but there is a concept of torrent file, and I think this is the step we'll need to start doing today. But the idea is that a torrent file advertises a file or multiple files that are available in the peer-to-peer network. So when you have a torrent file, you are basically know what you can download, and you're going to use that file to discover the peers that have those files available. So that's hopefully more than enough for an introduction. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat, and we'll get back to you with an answer, hopefully, at least. So should we get into the code, Roberto, or do you want to add
Yeah,
anything?
no, we can start looking at the where we left last time. That is the page for CodeCrafters, the web page for
Hmm.
CodeCrafters.
So I'm gonna share your screen.
Yeah. So
Okay.
now we are at this step. We see that we have the four about the coding done here on the left. Parse torrent file is the current one, is failing because it's not implemented. So we have the command line utility to do code crafter test, and I will show
Hmm.
you in a moment how it works. And here is basically the task that we have to implement in this step. So now we already have the tests, and they are here, they are red. So code crafter test, it runs the test. Here it say, I was expecting this output. Instead, I got a no command info, and our code was called like this.
Mm.
Our code info and a file. So the problem is that we don't implement info, because if we look at our code, the only command that we implement down here in the main function is the code. And we went in this branch, a no command, and we answered this instead of doing our info. So now we have to start looking at the file that is the first file in the args. So it would be args2, like here.
Mm-hmm.
We have to open this file. It is a binary file, and we have somehow to parse it. Let's look at what does the task tell us. Okay, in this stage, you will parse a torrent file and print information about the torrent. A torrent file, also known as a meta-info file, contains a bank-coded dictionary with the following keys and values. Announce, a URL tracker, this is the central server that keeps track of the peers. Info, a dictionary with keys, length, size in byte of the single file torrent.
Sorry, Roberto. Sorry to stop you. A couple of pointers there from the chat. One is that if you can enable dark mode from the top right corner, and then if you can probably do like a control plus one time just to make it a little bit more readable.
Yeah, like this.
To me, it's fine, but let me know in the chat if yeah, this is still too
And
small.
my volume is low.
And I can probably bump that up from here. So I did bump it up 25%. Let us know if it's still too low.
Okay, better, better. Is it better? Hello, hello. Prova. Okay, let's go back to us. So, info, a dictionary with keys length, size in files, size in bytes of the file, single file torrent, name, suggested name to save the file directory as, the piece length, number of bytes in each piece, pieces, concatenate the SHA-1 heads of each piece. Okay, note that torrent file contains bytes that are not valid UTF-8 characters. You will run in problem if you read the content as a string. Use a array of U8 or a vector of U8.
Mm-hmm.
Note the info dictionary looks slightly different for multi-file torrents. For this challenge, we only implement support for single file torrents. In this stage, we focus on extracting the tracker URL that is the announce field here. Okay, in this stage we focus on extracting the tracker URL and the length in of the file in bytes. So this one here and this one here. Here is how you should invoke the program, and this is the output that we need to
Mm-hmm.
out. Okay, so we want to pass just those two informations out of our file for now. We will probably add more later on. Do you want to create a type, or do you want to create a type that maps already all of this?
Um, I don't know. I think the first implementation we could do is just to use the value from the bank code create.
Hmm.
And I think that should give you some kind of like dictionary that
Okay.
we can. It's gonna be crappy code because we'll need to handle all the
Yeah.
does this field exist and so on. But I think as a first implementation, it's probably fine.
Okay. So let's start here. Probably with more commands, it will make sense to go to match. But for now, we go on with if else if. We can do
Yes.
a match later on. No.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So now we want to implement the info command, and also we want to write else if the command is info. Okay, here we have to let our file name equal to our argc2, and we want to read our file name as a UTF-8 of some kind, as a U8 of some kind. So
Mhm.
what's better to use to read that as a U8 and not as a string?
So if you use fs read, I think there is read as bytes or something like that. Let's see. Or if you do read all, it's automatically gonna give you bytes.
Standard FS or
Okay, now if you use standard fs, there is fs colon read,
okay,
and that should give you already a vector of u8 as a.
okay. So our content of our file is fs read It is
And then
giving
you
a
can pass the
result.
path.
Yeah, it's giving a result. So now we can match the content.
Or you can just do dot expect and say, I don't know, file not found or whatever, cannot read the file.
So except instead we cannot read the file.
Hmm.
Okay, now we have our content as what is the type? Type is a vector of U8, like we wanted before. What should we pass to the encode the code? This is this file here, by the way. So if you look inside it,
Hmm.
it is this binary file in this format. D8, what it stands for? This
Probably a dictionary with 8 fields.
8. No, 8 is the length of unknowns. Then 55 is the length of the string that comes after it. Then 10 again is
Okay.
created, and so on. Well, okay, back to us. This is the file that we're trying to read. Now,
Okay.
our bank code takes a str. It doesn't take a vector of.
But you can do from bytes as well.
Yeah,
If
but
you
that is not going to error out. It's not trying to create a new TF8.
don't think so.
Okay, so let's see.
Like I think you can literally copy that line 35 and just change from underscore bytes.
Mm. Yeah, but you don't want to call this one.
Or yeah, you can do another one or change this one, whatever you want.
But well, the old test should still work, so probably code encoded value U8. So
Hmm.
now we want a vec of U8. Now it will complain that this can't be what kind of from we had from
Bytes.
bytes, but it
Perfect.
wants a okay.
I think you just need to put ampersand and then the square bracket U8. So a slice of U8. I think that should work.
You mean like
Like
this?
when you pass a reference to a vec of U8, it's equivalent to that.
Okay. The type here is yeah. Okay. Lifetime is not complaining. Now let's take this function. Let our decoded value decoded info. What do you think?
Hmm.
Of our content, of a reference to our content. And now here we want to print what? Let's copy this. So we have to print ln this one and the tracker slash n, the length and the length. It's complaining that I'm not formatting with anything. Now, this decoded info here is the part that you were saying is
Hmm.
yeah, a little bit
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit
nasty.
painful because I think we need to do as. Does it have like as dictionary? I think it's gonna be
So, as this is a object,
object. Yeah.
yeah, and then from this object we want to take the key called get or insert. No, I just want.
Oh, but we did do that map code to JSON. Okay.
We have a JSON in our hands.
I'm
You want
curious.
something
What was that function doing? Let's review that function very quickly. The
function appear? is giving us a ser the JSON value back from a bank code value. The bank code value is created with the library.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you want to work directly on the bank code, or do you want to? So do you want to remove
No,
the?
let's keep this approach. I just forgot that we did that.
Mm,
So yeah, because I think if you use the bank code directly, you don't even have as object. So I was wondering how it was
we can
possible.
skip that step of converting to JSON. I mean, it's not super useful, to be honest.
Probably convenient though, because I think the bank code one is a little bit limited. So
Okay.
for now, let's use it, and then we'll see if we need to refactor. So now you can do dot get. After you do as object, you need to do
Yeah, well,
dot.
I just wanted to see the. Okay, it's an optional map.
Yeah. So you need
Because
to
it's
do
an
dot
option.
unwrap dot get.
Yeah,
Now it's gonna be super ugly.
dot unwrap, dot get.
And you want to get unknowns, I think is called the key.
Yeah, let me go and copy and paste it because I don't trust my abilities. I also have a cat in front of the monitor that is helping me, not seeing the monitor. And this is our URL of type optional value. So we have to unwrap again, and we have to do a toString. Oh, beautiful. So now our length in the same way
Hmm.
is our theme, decoded, unwrapped,
And
get.
now we need to access.
Now we need to access info and then length. So we have to access info. Here we have to unwrap. Here we have to get.
No, you need to do again as dictionary, as object. Sorry. First.
I forgot a step. As object.
And
Now we have
unwrap again.
kaput.
Yeah, that's why maybe we should do abstract. But
Yeah, but that was the question at the beginning. Well, let's go the painful way. Then we will length. Okay. And here we have to unwrap again, and we have to string again, and I close the file. Why I close the file?
rage quit.
Uh, New keyboard, still a new keyboard, and I still have to get the size of it. So our length is instead an integer. So what is going to happen if we try this? We try this locally before.
Hmm.
Now that I installed the CodeCrafters CLI, the last time I didn't have, last time we tried just pushing. This time I have the CodeCrafters CLI, so we can try our stuff before adding and pushing.
You can do that, and you can also run the shell thingy.
Yeah, but this one is running the tests, and these are the same tests that will be run when we push.
Hmm.
So, and it's not working because we got
Oh, you got multiple slash n or what?
I got double quotes around the string
Oh yeah, because you took a JSON value and you said
to
to
string.
string. Instead, you have to do as string, I think, and then unwrap as str and then unwrap. If you want like the raw string, otherwise it's like serializing it as JSON again.
Yeah, exactly. So if we want to see this better, okay, I already changed the code. Let's revert it a moment. Okay, let's go back to the pro code with the problem. Now, if we do that, what Luciano was saying, that is your BitTorrent info, and our file is sample torrent. Moment, we still have this problem. CRR no, just LF. Okay, you see, like Luciano was saying, we have the double quote that we should not
Mm.
have.
Why
So
do we still have it?
because I reverted the code
Oh, okay, sorry,
to
I missed
show
that.
it. Now I will revert the revert. We run it. Okay, this time if we go back to CodeCrafter test, passed. So
Awesome. Okay, so you can do a commit, but if you want, we can also.
we can
Um,
commit and push and see the website that gets updated.
yes, there is also a comment by Tommaso saying the length should be as number. I think yeah, this only works incidentally because
Because numbers
if
are not don't have double quotes around them.
exactly if you stringify in JSON, then again.
Yeah, if you stringify a number is a number, so it works. But semantically is wrong. I got it, but it works. So now commit git commit am parse torrent file, add torrent file parsing, push. When we push again CodeCrafter, we run all the tests
Hmm.
but that are the same that we just ran. Okay, cool. Now, if we go to the website, in theory, it should okay. Test passed. Yeah,
Nice. Do you want to do the refactoring first?
the refactoring to make a class abstract instead of the
Hmm.
full stuff that we just wrote.
Yes.
Or we want to do that later on.
Because I think that the next ones are gonna be a bit painful if we need to.
Okay. So let's create a class that maps all of these objects that in the end are announce. There is info, length, name, piece length, and pieces, but they don't really need to be nested in our structure. They can be just 5 values.
Oh yeah, Cerde supports that if you want. I think there is like a flatten thing. Let me see how it works. So I will do it with a nested thing because that's
Just run
easier.
the
But I think there is a way to do Cerde flatten. Let's see.
Codeum reactivated.
But maybe flatten works only for serializing. Is
Well,
it?
anyway, let's create the full structure for the info and then create the structure for the BitTorrent itself. So there will be two
Hmm.
structures, one for the one inside and one for the one
Yes. Yeah. That's
outside.
probably easy.
We have length that is a usize. Then we have name that is, let's put a string because we are lazy. Then there is piece length that again is a usize. Then the
Hmm.
last one is pieces that is a concatenated SHA-1 hashes of each piece. So
What did that mean?
yeah, is a concatenated SHA-1 hashes of all pieces based on the length. Let's take in a vector of U8 for now.
Yeah, I think that should work.
Then in theory we have to split to chunk the vector of U8 in what is a SHA-1 is 128 bit, I think. We have to chunk in that size.
But we can probably use a library for that. I think we just need to shut the entire.
Mm, okay.
Is it? I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. A pieces is okay. Then we need the struct a well, how is this called? And the torrent tracker. How is
Or
this called?
torrent file if you
Meta
want.
info.
Okay. Yeah.
Meta info that is based of announce.
which is a string.
Meta info, magari, maybe we should write it correctly, and the info that is of type torrent info.
Perfect. Now you need to add the serialize, deserialize
We have to import
annotations.
them from serd, right?
Mm-hmm.
Serialize, deserialize, well,
You
deserialize,
probably need only deserialize, to be honest. Yeah.
yeah, deserialize. And we have to annotate these two guys, not like this, that is Python. How it was again,
So
this
it's an hashtag, and then yeah, the square brackets, and then inside deserialize.
was using Python, sorry.
Sorry, and I didn't remember either. You need to say derive. Sorry, it's hashtag square brackets, then derive parentheses deserialize.
Parentheses, round parentheses.
Round parentheses, and yeah, that, like a function call. Yeah. And copy paste that into the other one. Cool. And now basically where we use value, we can just use torrent info. Sorry, no, meta
Meta
info.
info. Where we do this? No, this is a backup value.
Actually, we
This is
could
a
not use that function entirely, I guess. Like we don't need to use the JSON anymore at this point.
Yeah, we can change this function to be decode, encoded meta info.
Yes. By the way, meanwhile, we have a couple of comments there or questions. One is from Peter saying, did you read the message in the git commit? It makes lf to c or lf. I think this is your git settings, probably.
Oh yeah, because I'm working on
Lovely
alpha
Windows.
window, alpha, yeah. But now LF here is sticky and Rust can be bought. It's not important for us if it's a CRLF or LF. Yeah. I'm working alpha on Linux and alpha on Windows. CRLF are my nightmares.
And then Tommaso is suggesting to use flatten, which I'm not sure if flatten is only for serialization and not deserialization.
Anyway, we created the structure nested like in the specifications. So
Mhm.
fine, let's go on like this. So now we say that we use this function that give us back a meta info.
Mhm.
The coded info
But
going
wait, you need to change line 55 rather than value. You need to use meta info.
here.
Actually, you can remove everything and just leave the unwrap as the return type because it's going to infer from your function return type that that's the type you want to deserialize to. So
So this function now is just this. Okay, seems happy. Here instead we can extract the variable, the code, the info dot announce, and length is our decoded info dot info dot length.
So Thomas is saying you don't have the info key. I'm not sure that's true.
The info key is here.
Yeah, don't we have it in the actual torrent file? Isn't it like a nested dictionary? Because that's what we did before when we were doing it manually.
Info here.
And info is another dictionary, right?
And then info is a dictionary. Info is a dictionary, and the first key
Yeah,
is the
okay.
fuck. Let's not change it. And then length, no, is here the info key.
So that should work, I believe, but let's try.
Yeah, let's try. And okay, they are not used. Let me put an underline, and then we panic.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem, but
Well, for our test are going to be a problem if our output is not exactly what it wants.
Mm,
Unwrap in line 55 was not able to unwrap in line 55. Yeah, was not able to unwrap here.
okay, did it tell us why? What was the error?
Byte
Expected a
array
sequence.
invalid type byte array expected a sequence.
What the hell is a sequence?
This one
Right.
not able to decode the pieces. Ah, yeah, but if I do underline, then it's going to not match the name of the.
Yeah, you can probably put them public for now, and also put pub in front of the properties.
Now my cat will help me writing, tapping on the keyboard. We said he's complaining about probably the pieces.
Mm-hmm.
What
Probably, yeah. What
probably
is it a sequence?
what
Let's
we
see.
have? Pieces. Okay, then there is a 60 that is a string basically, and a bunch of stuff. So we can declare an str here. No, we can declare an array. No, we can declare an array. We don't know the size. And if we declare a string, it's going to explode because of UTF-8. Let's try.
Probably.
Invalid character, yeah, it's exploding because of UTF-8.
What is a sequence? I'm not sure. Any suggestion from the chat? Okay, so Pedder is saying probably need to go to set the JSON value before going to meta info, which is a bit annoying. So what you could do is rather than actually, what if you just say value there? What?
And then maybe a save. No, still panicking. Still
Hmm.
panicking. Okay, we read an array of U8. Here, a vector of U8 is not going to work because it say that. Okay, now it's exploding even more than before.
Sorry, you need to use the Angular brackets,
Oh, yeah.
not Python.
You catch me? Okay. This is a byte array that we gave it. He wants a sequence. If you
Let
look in
me
the file
Google that.
itself, if you look in the file itself, it is 60 bytes of gibberish, and then it end the two dictionaries. We can't use a string because this is not UTF-8. We
Mm-hmm.
can't use an str because str are not for dynamic allocation, and we can't use an array again because it's not for dynamic. It's not for static allocation, so they are not statically allocated data. We need some kind of variable size container of U8.
Oh, I see. Maybe it needs to be a list. So Tommaso has a good suggestion.
Mhm.
So he's saying open the value definition and see what is a sequence. So if you control click on value, like we don't have sequence, but maybe we need to use list. A
Ah,
list is a vec.
the list comes from.
List is just an enum. It's like one of the variants of the enum. So we cannot explicitly say it needs to be that, right? I think it just by being, or maybe you can say bytes, but that's the same. No, I don't know.
So a value can be a list. So if we do a list of vec of U8 or just a list of U8,
Okay, the other suggestion is just try a vec of value.
okay,
Worth trying. I'm not sure why, but
let's try one at a time. uh, unresolved value list.
No, list is not. It's just the variant of the enum. It's not something you can.
Ah, okay, it's not something you can allocate.
Yeah. So just try. What was the suggestion? Vec of value. I think that's the only option we have.
Okay,
Now,
back
what
to
is that
value.
gonna do? I have no idea.
No,
No,
still
same
complaining
issue.
of the byte array. If we don't decode this for now, there is a way to say to not decode a field.
Yeah, just comment it out. I think it should ignore it. Let's see. No.
No, still complaining.
So is it failing for another one? Maybe the name.
The name.
Is the name maybe not UTF-8 safe?
Where is the name? Name. Sample txt. No, seems fine to me. Oh, he's trying to read all the file before decoding it.
It's trying to read it as a string. Okay. Another way that I think I solved this when I was playing with this is that info, rather than making a type, I just did an hash map of string and value. So rather than making this entire thing, I just made hash map, and I think that worked.
Now we have to change the
Now
code.
this is not necessarily telling us what was breaking, but maybe it's a solution for now.
And the key for the length is length. And then we have to unwrap.
Unwrap and to string or as number, whatever.
Okay.
Actually, you don't even have that because the value of code doesn't have the as utilities. That's annoying.
Okay.
If you just do toString, does it have a toString at least? Not even that. That's so annoying. Okay, the other thing I did is super crap, but I implemented my own.
Let's if we do this, into is able to convert. No, it can go to a U16. But well, a U16 is good enough. No?
From Boolean, from char, from.
Require. Okay, it's not implementing it.
Okay, so you have another option. For now, just put a random thingy there. Just put a number just to see if I list the codes. So don't like comment all of this and let's just fake the length for a second.
Ah, okay. Sorry, it was. So you want to see if he's able to parse
At
now?
least if it's able to decode, yes.
No,
Okay.
56.
So is it maybe the name then?
The name is sample.
Well, the name now should go in the hash map anyway, right?
The name should go in the hash map, but again, is a same sample txt is a
Should be a valid
absolutely
UTF-8,
safe
yeah.
name. The problem comes with the thesis that is a binary.
Okay, I am confused because I'm quite sure that this approach was working for me. Are we doing something
So
else?
let's review what we are doing. We read the file as a vector of U8.
Mm-hmm.
We give the vector of U8 to this function that from bytes
Yes.
gives back us meta info. So here is happening the parsing. Meta info is just a string with a nonce and a hash map of string to value the served encoded value
Mm-hmm.
array. And in this step is failing. We don't do a lot here. I mean, we mark it as deserializable all of this.
Yeah, the other suggestion from Tommaso is put comment out the info so we read only the unknowns, just to see if at least that is something we can get. So where is that coming from? Which line is failing?
56, the one.
53.
Ah, wait, I changed the.
Oh, okay. You broke the torrent.
Okay. Okay,
Okay, now it makes sense.
it was me being stupid. So we wanted to redo the steps going ahead here, even if we still don't have a way to decode. But well, and if we try to use info now,
Yeah, let's try. I'm curious.
okay, now info is a torrent info with the comment the torrent info. We leave pieces commented,
For now, yes.
yeah, and here our length is decoded info length.
Perfect.
Okay, what
Fingers
happens?
crossed. Oh yeah, it's looking for. Why is it looking for that?
Probably because there is an S. No, okay. Missing field. It means that info doesn't have that field.
Is
If
it
we
called something else? Maybe.
ah, piece space length. How do
Okay.
you do a space?
I think there is a way. You need to use a hashtag or, I think, in front of the field name. There is a way to do that. Let me see if I remember correctly. It's,
Hashtag or?
and then you can put the quotes or as just the letter or R and
Ah,
lowercase or R. Yes.
che cazzo. Okay.
Oh
And
yeah, even better. Look at the suggestion. Beautiful. Also, Tommaso was suggesting the same.
so rename or serve.
Server name, I think we need to use.
Okay, so is certe
Underscore
name
parenthesis rename, yeah, and then
is space length, and then we have to close there, close here, save, and
okay,
let's try again. Okay, it worked. Now I don't
nice,
import hash map anymore.
great suggestion.
Thank you for the suggestion in chat. Works. If we uncomment this, what is going to happen again?
U8, yeah, let's see.
Okay, he wants a sequence. If I leave a value, he wants a sequence. Okay, pieces with
What the hell is a sequence? We'll never know.
pieces doesn't want to be unwrapped, but everything else works. Cool. Git comment push. Now he's going to test the next step because he know that we are successful in this one, and the next step will probably fail. No, okay, it's fine. Because on the website I didn't went through. Okay, we mark this as completed. I think so.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Yay!
yeah, Tommaso was suggesting try with just value, just to see if a random value gives you something.
Hello, I'm a random value.
I mean, that should work, right?
I know nothing. Yes, that should
Yes,
work.
okay.
But then we have the problem that a value is a pain in the to the code.
But if you also add debug to this struct as derive and you print the entire thing, we can probably see what it is. Yeah,
What is
just
it?
print it at the end there.
Yeah. No, the coded data, the coded info was there. Why is
Why
complete?
doesn't like it?
Because I have to
Oh yeah, need to implement that in both. Yes, fair enough.
okay, better.
Okay, what it is?
Is a bytes
Hmm.
because they are bytes.
Okay, probably there is no auto implementation of going from bytes to evacuate, I guess.
How can we look at that?
It is a struct called bytes, is it? Or is it just a variant? So if you click
Bytes is
the...
a structure of
Okay, so let's use this.
so what should I write in our
So this bytes is coming from serdi what?
set the bytes?
Okay. Do they re-export that from this library?
This is pub.
Let's try. Because we didn't explicitly install this library, so can we just import it?
But
Let's see.
here we used it.
But that's the variant of value. It's not the
Ah,
same
this
thing.
is the variant. Okay. Where the fuck is my here? So bytes we have to say of U8 or is by default?
I have no idea.
The trait is not satisfied. Ah, because it's a wrapper. Yeah, but it's bytes. Yeah, I want these bytes.
How did you get to that bytes?
I got to that bytes from here. These bytes, but those are other bytes. Why is importing it if he's not using it?
Yeah, exactly. Where is it using?
I don't see the here.
Okay.
Ah, from addict. God. Serialize entry is only used there.
Hmm.
No, it's only used for dicts. Okay, nothing. Okay,
So
we'll look at this later on.
I think it's the next step anyway. Thomas is suggesting try with box U8.
I like the idea to move that to the stack.
An interesting idea.
No, type I say I want a sequence. Think. Okay, X the code, but why every now and then he's adding stuff to my imports on his own? Okay, let's go. Let's move to the next stage.
Yeah, let's try the next one. And I think
Okay,
we'll get there anyway at some point.
yeah. Okay, info hash is a unique identifier. Okay, now we need to read them. Info hash is a unique identifier for a torrent file. It's used when talking to trackers or peers. In this stage, you calculate the info hash of a torrent file and print it in its decimal format. To calculate the info hash, you will need to extract the info dictionary done from the torrent file. Code the content of the info dictionary. Done. Calculate the SHA-1 hash of the coded dictionary. So we need also the field that we are not able to load.
Mm-hmm.
Here is how to execute. Here is the output that we need. Okay, we need to compute the SHA-1 of all the dictionary represented as what?
Right.
Because depending on how you represent the dictionary, is going to change the SHA, the hash. No?
I think so. Yeah, I don't know if
Correct.
there is a...
Okay, there is a SHA-1 online. If we take the file without breaking it this time, and it says that we need to take the info dictionary that starts here and
Mm-hmm.
code it. The info dictionary stops at the first E. The second one close the above one. If we copy this here and we hash, we get something. Is this something the something that we look for? I mean, I don't know if it will match this one. Um,
But it should.
I have a different one in my clipboard.
Mm.
So the problem of okay, compute the SHA-1 of this bank has been coded.
Okay, so if we make the entire info
Yeah, we need
serializable, then we can use ser the code,
to reserialize it and then
and then we calculate
SHA-1
the hash.
on top of it. But we need to be able to load the famous sequence of hashes or
Yes.
not. I think so. Okay, if we run now, no, stay down, stay put. If now we run our test locally, it's going to tell us what is the expected output, no? Yeah, but it's not like this. It's called the code craft test.
Oh yeah, good point.
It's going to tell us what it expects.
Yeah, I believe it's the same that you see there in the.
Is a third one.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not the one on the website, and it's not even the one that I computed online. But the one computed online with binary in it is not meaningful. I mean, I don't know how all the web interface is handling
Hmm.
the stuff. But what we can do is to try to find with Python what is if our theory is correct or not.
Yeah, because I mean, it shouldn't be.
Uh,
We shouldn't need to re-encode it, basically.
I don't think we should re-encode it. Hash lib, not just hash. SHA-1 is SHA-1. Okay, so let me try to understand what we have to do here. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so our content is how is the file called again?
Sample
File
torrent.
save.
Sample.torrent.
Read binary. Read binary. Okay, here we have our
Mhm.
file. Now we have to encode only info.
So
Okay,
from which byte does it start? If
yeah.
you want to slice it. Oh yeah, good idea.
If I'm able to write, is a good idea. If I take 20 minutes to write, is not a good idea.
You should
Come,
have used IPython.
maybe the new one. I still have to try the new one.
Yeah, it's a little bit better.
Okay, so if I take 100 plus 4 and I exclude the last E. Okay, if I SHA-1 this, what I'm going to get?
So SHA-1, how does it work? Is it just a function or do you need to do...
No, it's just a SHA function.
Okay, convenient. You don't need to push things into it.
No, no, it should be just a function if I'm not remembering wrongly. Yeah, then we want the
Dot digest, right?
yeah. was not.
You have a typo. X digit.
Let's see if I still have that in context or if I have to die.
I didn't know that you could use underscore. That
Okay,
that
so
matches, I think, what we expect. Does it?
underscore is the last underscore is the last output of REPL. This one, if we go here, D69F9, D69F, okay, this one, copy.
Yeah, probably in the tests they use different types of torrent files, maybe.
Ah, that can be. Come cazzo era? Yeah, I don't remember how to find search Alt F3, obviously. Okay, yes, they match. So the theory is correct. We have to parse, we have to SHA the encoded dictionary that goes
Mhm.
from the D to the E, and the D is this D here, and the E is this E here included, because the last E is for the containing that dictionary.
Yeah, it's like the
So
end marker.
E stands for end and is the end marker of the dictionary,
Hmm.
and also for numbers. How do we do that? First of all, we need to be able to parse these pieces in something. I don't care about what it is, but I care that I'm able to serialize and deserialize. Okay, so I also have to import serialize. Now we need it.
Yeah,
Serialize.
I can tell you the way I did it.
We need in theory to serialize only the dictionary for this. But we still need to be able to parse this in. Well, a value is enough because we are not reading it. We are just going to reserialize it.
Mm.
Mm? Okay. Now back to our test. It is an expansion of the command info, so we have to go on with info. Now we also need to let the SHA1 equal to. We need a library to do SHA1. What can we use for our friend Rust? But let's say that
Mm.
now we have.
You know what? You can try one quick thing. Let me see if I can put it in the chat. If you do this in the struct, I don't know if you can see the chat.
Share the flatten extra hashmap string value where
In the info thingy.
here at this level.
So rather than doing, well, I guess pieces value maybe works anyway. No, I was
I
thinking rather than doing pieces value
Mhm.
to do
Yeah.
it that way. But maybe it's not needed. Okay, let's ignore this for now. Let's
Okay.
just try to. You added serialize, right? In both the structs.
I added serialized in both structures. The
Even though
idea
we
is,
probably need it only in the info one.
yeah, but I added that in both. Who cares? No,
No,
I
you
just
only
added
added it there in.
yeah,
Okay.
I only added the info. Okay. Now here we have to serialize. So set the bank code,
Y- What you
serialize.
can do, you can implement. What did you call it? Torrent file. Your struct. We can implement a function in the struct and call it info hash.
Okay, then we can do that after it works.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Whichever
So
is easier.
now we go to bytes from our decoded info. Should this work?
You
No.
probably need to pass a reference and a wrap.
Yeah, it wants a reference. And it's giving back what is giving back a result vector of U8.
Hmm. So let's do a unwrap or an expect or whatever.
And here it's complaining that Tra- Trait serialized is not supported by what?
Wait, is the coded info the entire thing? Or do you need to
Ah,
do
yeah,
dot
sorry.
info?
Coded info. Okay. Now back to us. The serialized info is a vector of U8. Oh, wait. The decoded info is a vector of U8. Now we have to SHA-1 this vector of U8. Which library can we use for this? We don't have it here yet.
Yeah, Peter, we got it just in time. But thank you for the suggestion.
Um, do I need to search or do you know one?
So the one I use is called SHA-1. So you can do cargo add
Yeah.
SHA-1.
Let me exit from here. Clean cargo add SHA-1.
Or was it already there?
Ah, no, it's already here. Okay,
Cool. Useful.
nothing. Back to our code. So now,
Now I can tell you how to use it. You need to import these two things.
digest the SHA-1.
And then there is a little bit of a dance.
Rust.
I can
Python is a function call.
okay, this is super crappy code, but because it's only one line, but you should get the idea.
Okay, so we have our mutable Asher, that is not metable. Metable is when the mutable gets methamphetamines and you can met. Let met. And then you scream and shout. SHA-1 new. Then we have to modify that, pushing data into it, Asher
Mhm.
date. And this is a pattern that I saw in other languages.
Yeah, even in Node it works. So that I think even in the browser crypto library.
Maybe it's for streaming.
Yeah, because you could push gigabytes of data, and it's only gonna keep the
But
window.
in Python, you can do that too, but they give you also the option of having just a function that is
Mhm.
easier for this kind of
For more use
approach.
cases, right?
Yeah, for a lot. The problem is that then people abuse it, even with gigabytes of data. And yeah, it's shitty because you have to explain people that they are stupid.
Okay, and that now should give you ash.2vec
Yeah,
at
but
the
we
end.
want the hexadecimal text digest, and we have to output it as
Oh yeah, there is another step then to get the
info hash,
X
and
representation.
then we need to have the axe. There's not a method on it, not too easy.
There is a library I think called X, but is, how did I do it?
Encodex maybe, but encodex is giving back what? Is giving back a from iterate. Oh, what is that?
Oh wow, I did encode it myself. I'll show you how.
Yeah, but there is an encodex function. Why we can't use it?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it needs to import some other trait.
We need to turbo fish it.
Maybe. Where is that coming from?
It's on the hash value itself. The hash value that
Okay,
is
maybe that
a
works.
generic array of U8. This file, this type here, generic array U8, uint.
Beautiful.
It has an XN code, and I turbo fished the string, and let's see what it comes out of this.
Otherwise, I'll show you my
Oh,
crappy solution.
I wanted to run the short one. I ran the long one for some reason. Why cargo is rebuilding? Because now we are using SHA-1, so it's compiling it.
Hmm. could be.
Ah,
Well,
because I pushed? No, I didn't push. I just ran the tests.
if you want to see my crappy solution, I did this bytes to x string.
Ah, you push the formatted the two bytes to the string. Okay, got it. Nice. It works. Probably have to remove the debug, eh?
Nice, it worked.
It worked, but let me remove the debug.
So I'm gonna copy your solution as well.
Yeah, we have the shire. Cool. Now, what I did basically is dash value dot encode x string, because encode x must be turbo fished, because you can encode seems to multiple stuff, not just to any iterator that can anything that can take an iterator of char, basically
Okay.
anything that support the trait from iterator of char, and the string can come from an iterator of char. And then
Makes
we
sense.
yeah, makes sense. So now let's commit add and commit. Let me check what I have to add. Cargo tom, what is t? Remove t. I changed cargo tom. How do I change the cargo tom? I added I added bullshit. Okay, let's check out cargo tom. Okay, now I can do git commit am add a SHA-1 calculation. Push. Let's see if also remotely it thinks that our tests are good. At least it's not slow to compile only on my machine. Is
Yeah,
universal.
good time to hydrate. Yes, let's hydrate.
Come on.
It's building.
Hey, it's building. Yeah. 18 seconds. Okay, I hope it pass also remotely. Yes, it worked. Remotely, it worked. So now if we go back to the website, we can mark the stage as complete. But before doing that, you wanted to do this, what was this step?
Yeah, to just have a method in the in
Yeah,
your
the
own
download of
struct
this.
that just gives you the x, basically.
Okay, yeah. In the info, on the info.
Whichever, yeah.
Because it takes the torrent info. Yeah. It should be public, or we use it only here, so why should be public?
Yeah, I shouldn't. Well, no, we're not creating a library, right? For now.
No, I don't think so. So compute SHA-1 that takes
Self,
for self,
a reference to self.
a reference to self.
So just ampersand. No, you just need to put ampersand self. It's special. You don't need to
You don't need a variable.
with
Okay.
lowercase s.
And,
Similar to Python, I guess.
and gives back what we want to give back, a string already,
Yeah.
a next string. So compute, this is the x SHA-1 because it's going already back the string. So now we go to take all the code that we have down here. From where? Bytecode from here. So we have to do all of this plus this. So we have to do all of this plus no, almost plus this. the decoded info is ourself.
Exactly.
Okay, then we update the serialized info. What is this? Ah, but well,
Oh, we forgot to copy that, I think.
yeah, it's this variable. Basically, we can inline it here.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, so create the hasher, update the hasher with the byte that come from there. Let the hash value be the finalized of this, and then we return the hash value encoded x as a string, and done. And then this function will be used here. It will be decoded info.compute char. And here we have to use serial. We have to use. Okay, that's swap a little bit the variables. In theory, this should work exactly the same.
You should, yeah.
So let's run the test locally to confirm that it's still working as before after our refactor.
Turbo.
At least it's not recompiling. Passed. Okay, so what we changed? We changed that we added the method to the type itself, and we moved the code basically in his own method.
Perfect. Should we call it a day?
I think so. Just for curiosity, let's take a peek in the next step, if you don't
Mm-hmm.
mind.
Yes,
Then we call it a day. So, to create a cliffhanger, no? So people next time will follow us because of the cliffhanger.
of
No, eh?
course.
Of course, like this. Yay! Next step is
By the way, you need to explain what like this means. It's a very Italian thing.
oh, oh God, how do we explain it? No, please.
Like it's probably in the book of Italian gesture. It's like
Yeah, is in the book. Um, So next task is in a torrent, a file is split into equal sized part called pieces, usually 256K or 1 MB in size. These pieces assign the SHA-1 hash value. On public network, there may be malicious peers that send fake data. The hashes value allows us to verify the integrity of each piece of that we downloaded. Okay. Piece length, number of pieces. In this stage, the tester will expect your program to print piece length and a list of pieces hash in hexadecimal format. The list of pieces hashes in hexadecimal format. Here is okay. Now we really need to read that. Next
mhm,
time we really need to read that binary blob
exactly, and
and
split it in.
split it. Yeah, if we have a vector of array of U8, this was just chunk every dot bytes. It was easy. The problem is fitting that in a vector of U8. In the moment that we can fit it in a vector of U8, probably this is quite easy. But we at the moment we can't.
By the way, like if we think about the protocol, it makes sense that we need to do this because, of course, you are downloading stuff from random peers,
Yeah, yeah, you
and
can.
this file is describing like how do you trust that what you're downloading is what you have in your
Yeah,
manifest file.
every okay, that is 60 byte. Every chunk is 20. So those
Hmm.
are four, in our sample file. It will be four of them, but here there are only three. If we go back to our file, but what we have info length number of pieces. Ah no, it's piece length, so it's not the number of pieces. It's piece length, but they are 60 divided by 20 make 3, doesn't make 4. Why I said 4? Because I don't know math. Anyway, next time we'll think more about this binary blob handling. Do you want to wrap up then, Shannon?
Yes, let's wrap up. Meanwhile, I'm gonna just drop this link for people that want to have a laugh, people that are not Italian.
Put that also on the video, no?
Yeah. So there is one that when you do like this, it means like to be afraid, like fear, or but it can also be used to say like so many people that you're like almost scared, like it's packed. So here they only explain, I think, the fear.
I don't know, but fear is like this, very fast, and a lot of people is like this, slower, only with one hand.
I don't think they have this level of finesse here in this article.
If we have to explain, let's teach them properly. Come on.
Okay, let's learn
Okay.
Rust in Italian.
Cool.
Italian gestures.
Cool. Okay.
Cool. All right. Thank you everyone for following on today. So as always, we are gonna do another stream on Monday, but we already know that next Monday we have other responsibilities to attend to. So probably we're gonna skip the next one. But please tag along for the following Monday. And what
And
we
the video on YouTube, because at one point we'll upload them.
exactly, if you are watching this on YouTube, we will publish all this series on YouTube. We didn't publish the first episode yet, but yeah, we will do it. And yeah, so if you're watching there on YouTube, remember that we also stream on Twitch every Monday, 6 p.m. Irish time. So hopefully we'll see you there. And please leave us comments, and we'll also publish the repo. So if you want to do any PR or review or open issues, that's always well accepted, because we always want to learn from people that are way smarter and more knowledgeable than we are.
Cool.
Okay.
And they can also do math.
Yes.
Because 60 divided 20 doesn't make 4.
Don't ask me at this time of the day because my brain is fried. So definitely cannot do maths right now.
We can do
Okay.
Rust, but we can't do math. It's interesting.
We
Bye.
cannot do simple maths. Thank you, everyone. Bye. See you next time.